What is up, everybody? It's Reverse TV here today, and we have to talk about this shocking report from April until July of the top 10 games selling on PlayStation is obviously mostly not PlayStation-centric titles. It is mostly Xbox-centric titles, which is kind of crazy. Microsoft is completely dominating on the PlayStation storefront. We have the number one game, which is Forza Horizon 5. Right after that, you got Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered. Then you have a Sony game, which is one. They have one Sony game, which is MLB The Show. Then after that, we have Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which is number 3 from Microsoft. Doom: The Dark Ages, which is another Microsoft one. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Minecraft, another Microsoft one. Then we got a Ubisoft, GTA 5, and WWE 2K25. So Microsoft has 6 out of 10 highest selling games on the PlayStation storefront. So that is pretty bonkers. It's pretty crazy. I can see why PlayStation had that eternal email asking for somebody to look over the porting the games over different platforms and different ecosystems. Because if you can see this is how much money Microsoft was making, why wouldn't Sony want some of that money to putting some of your old games over or putting games over different platforms? You would be a fool not to do that. So Microsoft thought they saw the vision beforehand, because this is kind of insane. It's not like a few titles. It's completely dominated by Xbox and Microsoft branded games. Completely crazy. So I knew Forza did a lot of numbers, but I didn't know, I know Forza, Call of Duty, sure, but the rest of these games, bonkers sales numbers. Bonkers. So yeah, I think they're going to keep putting games over. I think this is going to keep putting games over because they make a lot of money on PlayStation. And yeah, that's why they kind of evolved past the whole, exclusivity on one platform. Why just put on one platform? You can make so much money on multiple platforms. So it is what it is. So it is crazy. The whole Xbox has no games. There's no good Microsoft games. It's all Game Pass fodder. All these different terms and excuses people to say the Microsoft games are bad. Well, obviously they're not that bad. If these people are buying the games out in drove, that is taking over the top 10 list for a 3-month period. So it can't be that bad. It can't be that bad also. And this is not even like a Halo or Gears. This is gonna go even crazy if they put Halo or Gears on PlayStation. They're gonna be dominant. Oh man, what do people gotta say about this? Because it's gotta be embarrassing if you are a Sony fanboy, and you see the people who got the same platform as you you just play mostly the opposite platforms games on that platform. You get the opportunity to do so. So Sony has to be looking at this and thinking our games will sell well on the Xbox platform. That should be easy money, right? I was like, you see your competition doing great numbers on your platform. Why wouldn't you do the same thing? Why wouldn't you put Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us on Xbox? Why not at this point in time? The optics for Sony are just so garbage. PlayStation fans are pretending it's normal. Yeah, this is not normal. This is definitely not normal. You don't see no Death Stranding. What else did they release? I don't know. I think I was at Death Stranding 2. But still, you should see something. Not just all Xbox games. That's kind of crazy. Because what are they planning on? What are they planning on PlayStation besides Xbox games? That is some crazy optics right there. That's just wild. Who would have thought that would happen? That the most played games on a PlayStation console will be Xbox games. This narrative is slightly misleading, though. A couple years ago, all these games and franchises were already on PlayStation. The only difference now is a Microsoft Studio label is slapped on them. Really? So that's the new excuse? So Forza just was already on PlayStation? Oh, sure, you could say these are Bethesda games. A lot of these are Bethesda games, sure, but, Microsoft bought them. It is what it is, so let's keep going. If I was an Xbox fanboy, I would want to play Xbox games on an Xbox 2. LOL, just get a PS5 and a Switch. This is a dumb statement. Because why do you think the most Xbox fans would want to play on Xbox? If anything, they get a bonus because they play the games on Game Pass. Okay. People just don't understand the preference. There's a lot of people would like to prefer Xbox over PlayStation. But if you have the option, probably get all three. Except for Forza Horizon, all of the games have always been on the PlayStation. Even new releases like Indiana Jones and Starfield, which hasn't come out yet on the PlayStation, were all from companies that released and developed games for the competing platform. Well, there's been several games that should have been on Xbox that were not on Xbox because of PlayStation. That could be Stellar Blade, which originally was going to be on Xbox, but it's now not because, money changes things. And also, you got characters like Spider-Man who have multiple games on Xbox. Now, their games are not, that new Spider-Man game is not on Xbox because Sony paid for it. So, that's just life. I don't understand how I don't get how they can't grasp that, they were going to be on PlayStation anyway because previously it was Bethesda, but you can't do the same logic with Spider-Man games not being on Xbox anymore because Sony bought the license or the character rights. So kind of the same thing going on, the same logic going on right there. L for Xbox console users. How is this an L for Xbox users? Like, I don't feel slighted in any way that the high-selling games on PlayStation is Xbox. Why would I care? It's like, if anything, that money is being used to make Game Pass cheaper, so I don't care. Yeah, because many Xboxers like me have to switch to PS5 are completely bored of the drift issues with my sticks on Xbox Capture controller. I have the complete opposite, where my Xbox controllers are just fine, but I have more issues with my PS5 controllers. That's interesting. Those games are going to be on PlayStation before the acquisition. The only true Xbox made game was Forza, so it's going to show that Microsoft needs their big investment back ASAP. I mean, they're kind of getting it back. When you look at the list, they're getting that back. I don't even care about much. I don't even really care about the money they're making, but it's just obvious that they're getting that investment back. So, because PlayStation fanboys will play anything, okay. Just use excuses after excuses. Like I said, the console war is over. However, I find it strange that Death Stranding is not on the list. Very strange right there, because that is a PlayStation time exclusive, whatever you want to call it, Death Stranding 2. But it is a PlayStation-centric title, and it's not in a top list. That's kind of crazy. As they're not even buying games that's made for the PlayStation. They're buying Xbox games, though. Nobody will buy Xbox games because they are garbage. The dumbest quote, or dumbest statement that somebody can make, because it's obvious. The people love Xbox games. So, Xbox world dominance. Just imagine they put these games on Switch too. It'll be even crazy if they put these games not only on PlayStation but on Switch as well. It's a lot of revenue. And I don't like to pocket watch these companies' money, but that is a lot of revenue. They would put these games on Switch as well. So, Microsoft decision to put Xbox games on PlayStation. Y'all watching this list, and I see as multi-platform games are always there prior to Microsoft acquiring them. The only exception is Forza, but Activision, Call of Duty always tops charts, and Doom is always multiplayer game with the fan base. Really? That's the excuse. If anything, they made a smart investment then. Like, why would you buy something that's not going to do well? So you didn't, anyway you want to put it, that's a smart investment. And it's now Microsoft-owned property, so they keep trying to make it sound like it's not, but it's Microsoft-owned now. So you keep trying to move the goalposts, like it's not an Xbox game or Microsoft game because it was Bethesda before. Like, okay. Anyway, I'm pro this anyway. I don't really care. Like I said before, I'm not angry at this news. I'm pro this. Like, I think exclusives at this point in time should be done with. It's like, sure, like the early previous consoles we had was like exclusives, sell the consoles, but now it's kind of like it should be sold on features and like services. I'm not really for the whole exclusive things now anymore, so it doesn't really bother me. I kind of thought this was going to happen anyway because of how popular these games are. So, them just getting a new platform is good for gaming overall. So, That's all I see. So I'm gonna leave it as. Different your thoughts down below about this. How do you feel seeing Xbox completely dominate gaming wise, especially on platforms like the PS5, which has pretty much never been done before until this generation? We see like Xbox centric games. Well, I guess it hasn't been done before because they haven't done the strategy, but now they implement the strategy, has been doing really well. So definitely know your thoughts down below about this. Leave a like if you like this video. And as always, thanks for watching, and peace.